On the next episode of Most Creepy, from Paranormal Activity, unexplainable poltergeist attacks that are unseen. Definitely don't watch alone. Even to UFOs caught on camera. Rare and strange sharks and sea life. To the creepiest pareidolias, in nature and wherever. Even the most strangest creatures will be featured. Even to the darn right bizarre. Premiering now on this episode 2 of Most Creepy. In our first segment, we explore all types of pareidolia. Pareidolia is an incorrect deception of seeing familiar shapes and faces in various types of objects in nature and in our household items. Pareidolia can occur more often for those who have a high depth sensory ability and usually can spot faces or shapes better than others. This is a special ability that allows those to see these things better, so what they're seeing might not be the same to another person, because they're not perceiving what they're trying to show them. The thinking tree in Pegulia, Italy. In Pegulia, Italy, this very old olive tree is famously known as the thinking tree. This is by far a tree that seems to be alive, because of a formation on its mid-trunk, to have facial features just like a person. The branches and leaves look a lot like it could be its hair, and this ancient olive tree seems to have quite the personality. Besides, some have said it looks like it's thinking, but many have claimed that it is praying to our Lord Jesus Christ in heaven above due to the bottom roots looking like their folded hands. This creepy-looking tree was captured on video by Wolvaray herself while she was on a walk with her family last summer of 23. That evening, it was starting to get dark, making it more creepier looking, with those long dangling branches appearing to look a lot like long bony fingers with long claws. Pretty creepy indeed. This old tree looks like it has multiple creepy faces on it. In the daytime, it doesn't look that bad. But can you imagine what this would look like at night? It would look more creepier, for sure. If you see something like this at night, what would you do? Creepy pareidolia art. The Ferryman's and statue in Wicklow Indian Park, Ireland. This mysterious park has creepy statues on display. Its mysterious atmosphere and statues attract many visitors from many countries, especially its creepy vibe combined with nature's beauty. This creepy statue sets in a picturesque beautiful park in Wicklow, Ireland. The Ferryman's End is a metaphor for living and meaningless life, and doesn't do anything to change it. All in all, the ferryman's craft is his capacity to create a difference. Creepy tree sculptures and driftwood art. These creepy tree sculptures have captured the imaginations of many tourists. In fact, some have thought they were very convincing. Pareidolia. This beach driftwood sculpture beams an upright wooden giant to greet the beachgoers. It has arms, legs, hands, feet, and a creepy monstrous head with long sharp teeth. It is quite the spectacle to see on a beautiful beach, and I can imagine how it looks during the night hours. Fun to look at, yet creepy all at the same time. These creepy swamp sculptures are another example of pareidolia art. A park reserve in France is a very popular destination for those who love nature and creepy things too. These swamp creatures in this fascinating French nature reserve were created by sculptor Sophie Prestigiacomo. It is beautiful and oddly captivating if you can just see past the creepiness, and seeing these works of art as beautiful metaphors of preserving our green earth are more inspiring as a good message of cutting down on our pollution. Strange and creepy funguses. Hydnellum pecki is a fungus in the genus Hydnellum of the family Bankeraceae. It is a hydnoid species, producing spores on the surface of vertical spines or tooth-like projections that hang from the undersurface of the fruit bodies. It is found in North America, Europe, and was recently discovered in Korea. Here, these bleeding tooth funguses look a lot like strawberry cupcakes, with vanilla icing, with red strawberry gel droplets as a delicious garnish. As appetizing they may seem, rest assured, they're actually very bitter to the taste. They are safe to consume, but with a high caution, because these funguses have anticoagulant abilities, a blood thinner that is used for those with the risk of blood clots in hospitals. They prefer to grow on the bark and rotten wood of logs and trees in cool, humid places in the woods. What makes these strange funguses so creepy is the tendency of the red sap that seeps out of them. Seems to look a lot like blood than strawberry juice. If there's a watery area like a pond, or wetland full of old logs, or mossy trees, these blood driplet funguses can definitely abide in these wet, moist zones to thrive in. These types of creepy strange funguses are like living white blobs clinging to old trees, and the unstoppable search for them from mushroom enthusiasts are due to their blood-like liquid droplets and rarity. All in all, the strawberries and cream mushroom may be creepy with their array of red sap that drips out like blood. Or shall I say, strawberry juice? It's still very fascinating. Strange, creepy slime molds. Known as myxomycetes proliferate where there are plenty of prey, on decomposing logs or on carpets of dead leaves, wet, and so they're often found in the woods, yellow, purple, blue, red, thanks to the pigments they contain. These slime molds are also often called chocolate lace mold due to their long brown colors after they mature fully and appear more drier. And as the appearance of these slime molds hanging up there, they remind me more like sticks of incense rather. From pretty pink and purple lush colors to a chocolate stick color, these slime molds serve an important purpose in our ecosystem in forests. I wouldn't try lighting them up though, their dry state could probably cause flares. Another type of slime mold is known as the scrambled egg slime mold. Under time-lapse photography, this yellow-colored slime mass seems to breathe like some type of creature from a science fiction horror film. I can say, these types of molds are pretty creepy in their own right. The mass breathes like a strange creature subduing its victims, which are dead leaves on the forest floor. A major fungus enthusiast named Joe seen here certainly loves taking photography of these wondrous living organisms. Fungi are more related to animals than plants, and has been studied closely in their behaviors of growth at a micro level of time-lapse photography. Jo sets up camp just to capture the amazing growths of these funguses. Her dedication and patience surely pays off once her work is complete. Here, we capture a glimpse of her hard work of long hours through her time-lapse photography, showing the creepy, mysterious growths of different types of funguses in their natural beauty. Now that we explored pareidolia in nature and in art, we want to share Wolvaray's pareidolia, captured on their camera and video from their home. Is this possibly a ghost face? This capture is pretty creepy stuff indeed. Here in this shot, while Wolvaray took a picture of her bathroom sink, she happened to capture something else too. You can see her holding her cell phone in the reflection of the sink's faucet, and right above it, appears that of a creepy skull-like face. In this creepy pareidolia capture, Wolvaray got this shot of a very unsettling ghostly face in her frying pan. She was heating up water in it at the time. Here's the ghostly face enhanced. This one is very creepy for sure. This creepy pareidolia comes from a wet wipe sitting inside of the bathroom sink. There appears to be a creepy distorted alien face. It's funny how creepy pareidolia can be thought as real ghostly faces appearing, but to debunk that notion, it's more just familiar shapes that have formed at the right proportions to create a creepy face. In the bathroom sink, this pink wash rag face is quite creepy. This soft blanket looks more of that of the Loch Ness Monster. Here's that same pink wash rag in a different angle. It looks a lot like a creepy cat creature. This rice dish looks more like a creepy man's face. These creepy faces captured on this nori package is quite unsettling. We will look at them closer to see how they can be mistaken as ghostly faces. The top left face is the creepiest one for sure. Now, this creepy pareidolia may be a real ghost face, seeing all the contours being so perfectly aligned that it really makes you wonder. The face looks so sad. Is it just a very convincing pareidolia? You decide. This couch pillow here looks like a creepy skull face. With the flash on, you can see it's just the pillowcase creating the creepiness. In this reflection on a plastic container in the kitchen, you can make out what look like two creepy, beady eyes staring back at you. Now, we will get to the strangest and creepiest sharks and sea life in this next segment, so let's get to it. What you see here is known as the basking shark. They're often swimming at the surface of the wide and open temperate oceans with wide gaping mouths, and they usually feed in large groups. These types of sharks look certainly creepy with their very huge open mouths, but rest assured, these gentle giants are only plankton eaters. Misunderstood, often, and creepy in many ways, these sharks are also beautiful in their oceanic environment. Let's move on to the next clip. Filter feeder sharks come in an array of different species, such as this very rarely seen mega mouth shark. Incredibly, a scuba diver happened to capture one on video as one swam by him, a once-in-a-lifetime chance moment. This shark, up close and personal, seems very frightening, but rest assured, it is absolutely harmless, since it is only a plankton feeder. Like the large whale shark, it eats plankton and small fishes only, and has micro sets of teeth you can barely see in its very large mouth. It's quite an interesting shark indeed. The shark that is 100 years old. Known as the rare deep-sea faring six-gill shark, it lives in the Arctic oceans, and is possibly known as the oldest living sharks in record. It is also known as the Greenland shark, and seeing one on the surface is quite rare. So how do marine biologists know these sharks are over 100 years old? Once getting one to the surface for tagging, a closer look at the rough skin seems to show significant age. Even some skin samples show evidence of age, like for instance, the rockfish can live up to 100 years or so. So it comes to no surprise that the Greenland shark can live 100 years or more with no problem. But the six-gilled shark of the Puget Sound is an older living fossil. Some were even seen on deep-sea cameras in the North Pacific waters from Oregon to the Washington state coastal depths. So this proves that these sharks travel substantially to feed on their favorite prey throughout the seasons, usually feeding off of carcasses laying on the ocean floor. The Greenland shark is recognized usually by their parasitic eyes. They are usually blind by the eye-eating parasites, but use their sense of smell to get around. Not only that, some are known to grow incredibly large, at least 37 feet in length. I say, this shark was spotted in the depths at the size of a submarine. Now that is creepy, that's for sure. On our next clip, the cookie cutter shark. This small sleek shark is known as the cookie cutter shark. It's seen swimming actively during the night hours, being non-detectable, a nocturnal sneaky predator, and large prey may not suspect its nibbles. While dolphins sleep along the surface at night, the cookie cutter would often latch on and take perfectly circular bites out of the flesh, leaving circular bite marks. And that is how this tiny sneaky shark gets its name. Here, this cookie cutter swims throughout the dark seas in search for its next victim. Will it be another dolphin, or will it be a whale? It could also be a large fish, but whatever the case, it will leave its round circular mark, that is for sure. Our next creepy subject is the frill shark. You would think the Greenland shark is the longest living fossil of its species, but the frill shark is one of the oldest discovered fossils to still exist. This frill shark was captured off the deep waters in Tokyo, Japan, at the depths of 4,200 feet deep. Unfortunately, it died a while after it was displayed in a large aquarium facility. This shark species is so rare that it is a once-in-a-one-time chance to see one alive. At a closer look, it has a very unique set of rows of teeth, ideal for gripping prey in pure darkness of the ocean depths. It has pretty large eyes, specialized to capture the littlest light when it is closer to the surface. Even if it cannot see in the ocean depth darkness, its very powerful sense of smell aids this living fossil to prey. This frill shark, captured in its natural habitat, is incredibly rare. This one filmed is definitely quite a treat to see alive, and not in an aquarium. Our next strange and creepy shark is known as the goblin shark. This specific species is another deep-sea shark, which lurks in the dark depths during the night hours. What makes this particular shark so creepy is its specialized extending jaws. It has a long, thin nose, and the jaws are capable of lunging forward, just like if it was an alien predator on another world. Despite its creepy looks, those extending jaws serve a very important purpose. This helps the shark catch prey in an otherwise dark abyss. In this footage, you can see the jaws of this goblin shark extending outward. This is a convenient way to feed, especially if you can't see a thing around you. The goblin shark, creepy, yet very fascinating indeed. The viper dogfish, or simply the viper shark, also has an extending jaw, just like the gruesome gobbly. Its jaws extend outward to easily capture prey in the ocean's dark, deep waters. Just recently discovered off the coasts of Taiwan and Japan, these black snake-like looking sharks are making the scientific world ecstatic on new discoveries of new species. Who knows what they will find in the ocean depths in other regions? New shark species such as the viper shark being discovered off Taiwan City is sure exciting in the marine biology industry. At a closer look, they sure appear alien, and seem if they came from another planet, and the location between Taiwan and Japanese waters will be observed much closer. An observation that there are more species still yet to be discovered. Extremely rare and endangered shark species has been auctioned off in a Taiwanese fishery market. This strange shark has a ridged back looking a lot like an edge of a saw blade. There are rows of tooth-like projections along its dorsal area where fins would usually be located at. The strange, compact teeth are made for crushing through shells of crustaceans such as crabs, lobsters, and shellfish. The buyer that bought the shark released it back into the ocean, and that is definitely a dedication to save a species on the brink of extinction. Here is a rare angel shark. Sharks like these and other species can be found swimming in under caverns such as these. A place for refuge, these sharks can rest here and hide from the outside commotions. Now, we'll talk about an instinct species that's pretty freaky, weird, and creepy. It's known as the Helicoprion, very strange shark that lived 217 million years ago. It was approximately 7.5 meters long and had a row of chainsaw-like teeth, like a circular saw. These first adaptations, guessing how this shark would have looked was in high debate, with their jaws coiled outward from the mouth. This would eventually be corrected after scientists studied the fossilized remains of this ancient shark and had artists render the closest illustrations to the real thing. The correct appearance of the Helicoprion seen here sure makes this prehistoric shark look just that much more creepier. Given its jaws shut down onto prey just like a saw blade cutting through butter, I can imagine prey getting cut clean in half or into chunks, easy for the shark to swallow. There is a close living relative to this particular prehistoric shark. It lives in the deep parts of the ocean mainly and is known as the ratfish. The strange-looking ratfish gets its name due to its appearance. It feeds along the bottom of the deepest parts of the ocean, usually at night, but is also known to feed during the earlier hours of the evening. The next creepy fish in the shark family is known as the elephant fish. It has a long flappy appendage extruding over its mouth, like an extra flap, a lot like a long nose. So you thought these sharks were scary and creepy enough. Some with saw blade-like teeth and jaws, extending appendages, and some with extra limbs is quite creepy enough too. Here at a beach, a shark is seen hunting down fish near the shore. Look just how frightening that is. Now, let's get to the creepiest deep-sea creatures on the next segment. This strange, eel-like fish lurks within the deepest ocean trenches. Its usual feeding grounds are near the ocean's bottom, dark dwellings, but scientists don't quite know the full aspects of their feeding behaviors, when they feed, or what types of prey they usually eat. Here's a deep-sea squid never seen before. It has long, brilliant ribbon-like tentacles to lure in prey with bioluminescence. It is also used to attract mates. Now near the surface in more temperate waters, here is a strange and creepy-looking rockfish known as the alligator fish. It is also called the crocodile fish due to the appearance of its head. Like all rockfish, they contain poisonous, sharp, hypodermic-like barbs along their dorsal fins. If stepped on, it can result in a very painful or even fatal situation. If you see one, be sure to keep your distance and observe it at a safe location. The Pacific mole crab. In the next segment, we will check out some creepy and strange sea life on the sandy shores. In the wild, sand crabs burrow into the sand where the water meets the shore. Larger sand crabs feed on baby turtles and seagull carcasses. Smaller crabs dig for mollusks, worms, plankton, and algae. Sand crabs are saltwater creatures that need high temperatures to survive. Thus, they are very difficult to keep in aquariums. If you must keep a sand crab in an aquarium, your best bet may be to frequently replenish its tank with fresh, plankton-rich beach sand. Sand crabs, also called sand fleas, look so creepy, like a cross between a scorpion and crab. At a much closer look, they even look alien. Creepy indeed, but important to our environment ecosystem on our ocean shores. The mole crab, or simply called the sand crab, is a very freaky yet fascinating sea creature for sure. Now, we will get to our creepy land creatures segment. Can you imagine if there was a large prehistoric salamander alive, roaming around in our backwoods swamps? Now that would be creepy. Huge salamanders just like this lived in our swamps thousands and thousands of years ago. As a matter of fact, there is one still much alive to this very day. Here, this giant salamander is a living prehistoric specimen found in China. It has little's changed since the prehistoric era. It is as if it was delivered right from the prehistoric past from a time portal machine. It is quite a major discovery to find something like this these days. On the skin of this ancient large salamander is ideal to blend in with its environment along with the river, rocks, and surroundings. It is quite a huge discovery to find a living prehistoric specimen just like this one you see here. A living prehistoric salamander is just the tip of the iceberg of discovery. Who knows what else we will find in rivers in remote regions. Creepy, ancient, huge, prehistoric. It's quite the creepy river creature to come across with. On our next creepy creature is a type of rattlesnake without a rattle. The rattle is replaced with a fleshy appendage that looks a lot like a live spider. It uses this spider-like tail tip to attract prey such as birds. This unsuspecting bird feeds its chick, unaware there is a predator waiting within the rocks, moving its tail like lure. This only attracts the bird to investigate what the moving object is. It is quite creepy and fascinating to see how the horned spider-tailed viper uses its tail lure to look a lot like a moving living spider. The bird could care less at this point, since it snagged a juicy, tasty worm. It hauls it back to its nest to feed the hungry chick. But the horned spider-tailed viper doesn't give up that easily. It keeps moving its spider-like appendage. After being very patient, it gets its feathered meal, finally. Injecting its powerful venom into the unsuspecting bird allows this hungry viper to get a nice warm meal before the evening approaches. As the venom takes its effect, the horned spider-tailed viper goes back into its cozy rock lair to feed quietly. Speaking of spiders, this creepy subject is called the camel spider. It looks more related to the scorpion than that of arachnid, but it is a spider that is found among the desert lands of the Middle East. They hide in burrows underneath rocks where it is cool, and at night they go venturing out for potential meals. So what was watching them? Let's take one last look. So whatever this thing was, it was sure creepy. It was not fabricated with CGI, neither. Upon closer review of this footage, we think it could possibly be an extraterrestrial watching them, and they happened to get it on camera. Now that is very creepy. Speaking of aliens, we will cover up that live alien topic many are wondering about, so we will reveal that at the end of this video. Before we get to the creepiest paranormal things caught on camera, we will cover UFOs captured on cell phone cameras from witnesses. Like here, as an example, a bystander caught these strange lights in the night sky. They are definitely not drones since they are too big to be any type or any kind of aircraft. And they seem to fly in tight formations so precise, it can no way be a type of air flight drill, since there were no reported air flight practices that evening. This also concludes these strange lights are of an extraterrestrial origin. In this next video clip, by these shocked bystanders from their balcony, they captured these creepy, bright red lights in the night sky. You can hear their reaction to this event. Let's watch.
Es un dron.
No, güey, es un dron, babosa. Mira, aquí está el pedo, güey. Están apareciendo de la nada. No me chingues, güey. Están apareciendo de la nada, ¿viste?
¿Subió, no?
No, güey. ¿Cómo va a ser un dron? No parecen de la nada, Alejandra. ¿Viste cómo apareció? Sí, así se prendió de repente nada más. Ay, va subiendo. Son fuertes.
Is it true that spacewalkers caught video of real alien craft flying to their base on the moon? Was there actual video footage of a base UFOs were flying to was captured on Mars? Let's watch the clip.
We got somebody out the front window with a pair of binoculars and a zoom lens. We're trying to get a pretty good idea on this thing. Every copy that.
At a closer look at what appears to be actual alien base on Mars, many are still quite skeptical if it is or not, or just simply a case of pareidolia, seeing something that it is not what is actually seen for what it actually is. On the next segment, we will cover the most creepy paranormal situations caught on camera, including the wildest poltergeist activity ever caught on video. Haunted doll caught on camera. On this next creepy clip, two ghostly little girl hands are seen playing with this child's hair. Let's check it out. So, are these ghostly hands responsible for that doll sitting behind that young girl watching TV? Is that doll really haunted? Let's check it out one more time, but in slow motion. Whoever was getting this on camera was visibly shaking. As to why the footage is a bit jittery. The ghostly little girl hands were coming out from that doll, evidently, and in all paranormal situations, that is very creepy indeed. On this next creepy clip, severe poltergeist attacks are caught on camera, with these poor lions being the unfortunate victims. Let's watch. There is no explanation of what was happening to this male lion. It looks a lot like he's getting shocked by a taser, but there are no visible wires coming from one at all. So what was causing it? Whatever it is very evil for sure. And in this clip, slowed down, this lioness suffers the same poltergeist attack, just that of the male lion. It's very strange and unsettling to see an invisible force try to push and force this lioness into the water to try and drown it. Now, that is very creepy indeed. On this next creepy clip, TikToker Catfish Catcher and her dog experienced something truly, terrifyingly creepy on a trail at night. Whatever it was following them, and her dog kept acting uneasy, to say the least. She happens to capture these creepy, glowing eyes on her camera. So what was it? Was it a wild wolf, or was it some kind of cryptic creature, or even a creepy elementary spirit? Or maybe it was an alien creature. Whatever it is, it left 3 huge claw marks in the dirt on the trail's path, and she took a picture of it as proof. And more than that, she took video footage you see here also. After walking and experiencing that creepy trail creature, her dog wasn't the same anymore. Let's get to the next creepy clip. Tesla sees ghost. In this creepy clip, this Tesla detects a person the driver cannot see with their eyes, but sees what their Tesla is detecting. That's very creepy. In this next very creepy clip, a sleeping, unsuspecting man gets pulled out of bed by an unseen force. Let's take a look. So, was this scary scene fabricated, or was it genuine? As some of you so being skeptical, I will leave that totally up to you to decide. In this next creepy clip, did this CCTV camera catch a real ghostly guy moving through the closed front entrance? Let's take a look. Now, upon review of this creepy clip, we slow it down to get a better idea if this was a genuine ghost, a time traveler, or a strange glitch in the Matrix. Let's watch. It seemed fabricated at first, but seeing this homeless person's reaction to what he was seeing makes this creepy clip that much more convincing. Let's watch it again. And if this creepy clip was fabricated, they did quite a great job producing it, that is for sure. In this next unsettling poltergeist clip, a brass door handle seems to move as if an angry, invisible person is turning it caught in a very haunted house. Let's watch it. The person recording this activity is clearly frightened. You can hear his heavy breathing as the door handle twists and turns. In these next few clips, we will cover old creepy homes that are haunted. In this image of an old abandoned cabin out in the woods, the circled section looks a lot like that of a ghostly Native American woman standing there. No one would be able to spot it right away unless it pointed out and highlighted. Here's an enhanced version of thus creepy image with contrast. You can see a better detailed outline of ghostly figure. As a matter of fact, if you look much more carefully, you can see the ghostly face look a bit skeletal. The image in a negative filter makes the ghostly woman's face look much more creepier than before. You can make out two black, hollow eye sockets, and a lifeless, eerie stare. Now that's some very creepy stuff indeed. Creepy, ghostly basement figure captured on a snapshot. In this next creepy image, and the story behind it will surely give you nightmares if you don't say your nighttime prayers. The young mother keeps swearing that there is a creepy, unsettling presence every time she goes down to the basement. So she took her camera and decided to take a snapshot to see if she captured something down there. Surely enough, she certainly did get something on her camera, and it is downright creepy. She took the image and enhanced it to get a better look at it. What you see here is surely unsettling, to say the least. It looks like there is more than just one ghostly figure seen here. It looks like this eerie, ghostly figure is holding two of her own children. They look like they're babies. This makes this image just more unsettling and mysterious about it. A story begins to form about this ghostly mother and her two young ones. Maybe, perhaps this ghostly mother is trying to show the new resident something that tragically happened in that house in the past. Or she still abides there with her two children and has never left. But one reason why unrested souls don't leave the home is because something horrible happened. In this next creepy ghost capture, Ghosted UK on Instagram. Hello everyone. The op writes, my sister and her friends stayed at an old house that was apparently haunted by Indian spirits, according to the owners, as it used to be an area inhabited by Native Americans. The pic is zoomed into the figure for privacy reasons, but it appears to be peeking around the corner with a ghastly smile. What are your thoughts? So let's take a look at this creepy, ghostly, grinning figure. This image took Instagram by storm and went absolutely viral. Many YouTubers created their stories on it and made major rounds on social media. In our most creepy take on it, of what the Instagrammers told, the story based on this creepy, eerie image is very unexplainable and darn right unsettling, to say the least. Just looking at this thing, and seeing that grin at a closer look wins our most creepy rewards for sure. I wouldn't want to see this thing in my nightmares. Neither. Let's move on to the next creepy clips. Ghostly girl in car. In this next creepy clip, a man sees that someone is sitting in his car because clearly the car alarm is going off. So how can anyone get into the guy's car if it's been locked? And how is it that nobody is there once he opens up the door? This is just another mysterious, unexplainable situation. No one can answer. The guy clearly looks around inside of his car, but sees nobody at all. Now, if this was fake, then the girl could have slipped out on the other side easily, but you still don't see any evidence of that. Looking at this ghostly girl sure is very creepy with them glowing eyes staring right back at you. In this next clip, a drummer enjoys a good beat session, but as he's engulfed in the zone of his beat, a creepy ghostly figure is seen peeking at him in the doorway. Take a look. It looks a lot like a young woman just sadly staring at this happy drummer of him, being totally unaware of her presence until he looked back at the footage. In this next very creepy clip, a ghostly figure walks across the busy highway. Let's check it out. The clip is slowed down, that way you can see it better. You got to look carefully in this one, so we pointed it out. That wandering soul might have got hit in that exact area of the road, so they are retracing their steps to see why everything changed on that tragic day. Creepy trail ghosts caught on camera. In these next two clips, strange ghostly apparitions are caught on camera. Let's take a look. This ghostly figure looks like they are hunched down trying to be unseen. But that apparently did not work, because whatever apparition it was captured on camera. In the second creepy trail clip, a full transparent apparition is captured in this nighttime trail cam. Check it out. As the eerie apparition walks along in the background, the deer notices their presence. It turns to take a better look, but by the time deer tries to see what it was, it has vanished. Definitely creepy stuff indeed. Very loud, eerie screaming in the woods. In this clip, a loud screaming sound is caught on these hunters' camera. Let's take a listen on it. So what was it? Was it a type of Bigfoot, a woman in trouble, or just a cougar in heat? Let's listen to it one more time. Whatever it was pretty loud, but our conclusions may be that of a very loud mountain lion screaming out due to being in season. Cougars can be awfully loud, and the reason is that other cougars can hear on the calls from far away. But these eerie screams might just be more than a cougar's loud calls. It could just be a strange spirit crying out in travail, too. Let's move on to our strange clips we came across on the web. On this strange, creepy creature subject, is it real or it fake? Let's check this thing out. So is this creepy creature real, or is it fake? At a closer examination of this creepy thing, it is not real, but a CGI creation. Whoever created it did an awesome job in bringing it to life. The smooth life movements make this thing look very real, and it's hard to tell if it is a creature dropped off onto our planet to see if it would survive. It is quite a convincing CGI creepy creature for sure. Now, we will get to that hot topic of this so-called real alien being. So is it real, or just another CGI creation? Let's check it out. At examining this, the claimed footage of a possible live alien being is actually fake. If you look at the eyes blink, they give off a blurry overlaying effect. And if this footage was genuine, the men in black would take it down off the internet right away. Of course, in this next clip, this UFO footage was taken by some weary people up at the evening sky.
are, dude. Like, what's going on, man? Like, there's one circling. You see that one circling? And then they go away. Yeah, like, what is happening? Yeah, what is going on?
On the next episode of Most Creepy. From the creepiest faces in strangest places to the strangest trees ever seen. Even to places that look like it's on another planet. We will bring you to the most bizarre, the most weirdest, and don't forget the creepy cliff faces. Deep pits that appeared out of nowhere, and sounds never heard so terrifying from the deepest dug pits. Real recordings that are unexplainable, but are very real. Many believe it's the real sounds from hell. Next time on episode 3 of Most Creepy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep it creepy. To keep creepy things away in your life, just keep Jesus in your heart.